Welcome into the Carolina Kitchen. Brundi Crawford is here with us, and she's making chocolate chip cookies, but these are some like I have never seen before. Actually going to give us some tips to make maybe ours a little better.
That's right.
So what do you do differently? These look so different.
Well, we start off, they do look a little bit different, but we start off with the regular creaming your butter and putting your sugars in and your vanilla. And all I'm going to do now is go ahead and add my flour, my salt, and my baking soda and get that going just a little bit to incorporate it. That's your basic dough. And at that point, you can add chocolate chips, you can add toffee bits, you can add pecans, walnuts, whatever you want to add. I'm going to go ahead and add my chocolate chips, and you can see I make a lot of these because I use
You have
each bag. I'm going to go ahead and add almost 3 cups of chocolate chips, which makes them extra good.
That sounds fantastic.
So I get requests for these pretty much out of all my recipes. Everybody wants my chocolate chip cookies.
Now, you told me before that that's because you've been perfecting this recipe for how long?
It's been about a year, or actually more than that I worked on it, and I finally got the right recipe. And another thing that I use is vanilla that I get shipped in from Mexico. So that makes a big difference as well. So here's your basic dough. You can see that it's filled with tons and tons and tons of chocolate chips. Before we start scooping, I want to tell you one of the things that I have learned with my chocolate chip cookies is cooking on a stone. I used to do the whole baking sheet and the whole deal, and I always found that my cookies came out burnt on the bottoms or were undercooked, or it just never turned out right. So I discovered the Pampered Chef stones. I've tried all different kind of stones, but these have worked very well. They're very old. As you can see, they're seasoned pretty well. And all we're going to do is, and I'll let you start.
And you can buy these at stores or online to get
online.
Okay.
Yep, you can do it online. But all you do is just, and I make mine pretty big, so it's just scoop it, and I'll let you go ahead and do some of those. And another thing is,
I want to make mine big too.
Absolutely, go ahead. You can use a smaller scoop if you want to do little mini chocolate chip cookies as well. And you can just scoop those right on, or however you want to do it. I can also do a bar cookie with it, like in a 9x13 pan, and just slice it up like squares. So you've got your cookie dough here. You turn it on, the oven on to 375, and you cook them for about 10 to 12 minutes. But here's the key. So I can give this recipe to anybody, and I'll give them exactly what I do, and they'll say all the time, Brundi, they just don't taste like yours. So when you pull it out of the oven, here they are on the cookie sheet. And originally, your cookie's going to look just like that.
Like a normal
Don't
round
let it do like that. You'll never see my cookies look like that. All you do is take your fingers very carefully, and you'll squish the sides in. That's it. So it kind of looks like a flour, but what it does, it'll crust up the bottom and give that little extra crunch, and then, of course, makes the inside nice and gooey instead of the whole thing being flat and crusty and just bleh, not very good. So that is my trick to my cookies, and then you let them sit on the cookie sheet for about 1 to 2 more minutes. It gives that final crisp crust.
And show the bottom of that again. They're like absolutely perfect.
They are. They're delicious, I must say.
They look fantastic.
I'll go ahead and brag on. They are pretty good.
Some of these. So how did you come up with the idea to scrunch them?
You know, I really don't know. I don't know if I just saw that they were just spreading out, and I thought, well, you know what, let me try to get them off the pan, and I did it one day, but I kept doing it, and I kept realizing that it kept that inside gooey, and I thought, okay, this is like a little Brundi trademark. So I just kept it, and everybody knows, you know, that's a Brundi cookie. I don't care what kind it is, that's a Brundi cookie.
The secret touch.
That's right.
Let's get you the recipe. Go to our website, WLOS.com. Click on the Carolina Kitchen link. That's the fastest way. Or you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 110 Technology Drive, Asheville, 28803. Chocolate chip cookies with a twist, or should we say a scrunch? That's what's cooking today in the Carolina Kitchen.